Hi guys, this is Matthew Taylor, and this is Biz. I want to talk a little bit about today about plateaus, about hitting natural kind of limits to where we start losing motivation and start waiting on our efforts a little bit. And I'll confess that in the month of March, I've actually been in a little bit of a plateau. Plateaus happen. They're tough to see until after the fact. They're tough to admit to because you don't like to admit that you're slacking off a little bit, but they happen. What a plateau is for me is when I've reached a point where a new effort, a new habit, a new project kind of hits that point where you start thinking that the effort you're putting in is good enough. And the problem is your body and your mind adjust to whatever you're putting in front of it and start to let that become the new norm. And it keeps you from moving forward. It keeps you from putting forth that extra effort. Now, for me, plateaus in the business means I haven't been recording as much the last couple of weeks. I've been not hiking as much the last couple of weeks. I'm hitting my quote-unquote targets that I had put in my mind, but I haven't been pushing past those. I haven't been pushing myself to what I'm capable of. And plateaus can be dangerous. And there aren't a lot of people out in your life that are going to challenge you on those plateaus. For people in my life that aren't in business or aren't that successful in business, they start saying, well, cut yourself a little bit of slack. Look how much you've done so far. Take a little bit of a break. You don't want to burn out. And they'll come up with advice like that to them, if they think it's helpful, and for you can be devastating if you listen to it. From a hiking standpoint, a weight loss standpoint, I was excited because I've been hitting 5 miles every morning. I've lost 10 pounds since the beginning of the year. My muscle mass is up, and so things are doing well. And if I asked anybody else about how I'm doing with that, they would say, hey, you're doing great. I'm up 2 pounds, or yeah, you're doing more than me. And that's not the standard you need to measure yourself with. And so the challenge I want to give to you today is, if you've been working on goals since the beginning of the year and you've been hitting a plateau and you think that what you're doing is good enough but not quite where you want to be, challenge yourself. Find someone that's going to hold you accountable. Find a way to re-energize yourself, move the target. So for me, I've been switching up. Now I want to be at 6 miles a day. This is my first week where I'm at putting 25 pounds in a backpack and starting to carry that with me and train. I'm also going ahead and scheduling myself for about 4 hours extra of studio time every week, and then putting myself on a 4-hour block for studio on the weekend as well, and really push myself to get to that next level. But the other thing about that is accountability. If you're only accountable to yourself, there's a risk of cutting yourself slack. So what I'm going to ask of you guys is, if you have questions, topics that you want to cover, things you want to talk about, things you want to see, if you're better than me at video production or getting YouTube channels up and website design, then reach out to me. If you think there's people that might want to hear about this and learn about the development of business because they have a project or pursuit they want to do, by all means, please introduce me. Share this website or this post with them and introduce them to Easy Biz Start, and let's build our community. Let's keep each other accountable, and let's help each other get through these plateaus. I hope you're doing well, and I'm sure we'll talk about more about this when I get in the studio, but that was kind of the thought I was at today. So I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.